Racked by violence earlier in the year, Duekwe is struggling to return to normal. In this key cocoa-producing town in western Ivory Coast, post-election violence was intensified by intercommunal tensions and land rivalries. Since January, thousands of people have sought refuge in displaced persons camps. A town within a town, the Catholic mission provided shelter for as many as 32,000 people. But now they must leave. The Ivorian government has ordered the camps to close.
Nous avions été bâchonnés, frappés, même tués. Voilà pourquoi nous avions pu parvenir.
We were hit and beaten. Some people were even killed. That is why we fled here to the mission. Now we're being asked to return home, despite the fact that we no longer have homes. Everything has been destroyed. But we'll return all the same, as that's what people want us to do.
Before leaving, the camp's inhabitants received a kit of essential items.
In this kit, there's a bag of rice, plastic sheeting, and a few kilos of beans.
Celestine is about to return to Carrefour, a neighbourhood in Duekwe devastated during the violence back in March. Her house was burned and pillaged. Although the situation seems to have settled, the new Camp Naibli has been set up on the outskirts of the town for those still fearing for their safety.
Security still needs to be improved, above all in the villages and the camps out by the fields. It's worse in the bush and plantations. That's where the trouble is, on the paths leading to the villages. It seems the towns aren't the problem.
Legislative elections are scheduled for December 11th. Security and intercommunal tensions in the west of the country are campaign issues.
It's true that the politicians are already campaigning. They're out there visiting, but they can't engage the people. People have been traumatised. There were presidential elections in Ivory Coast and we've seen what happened. So the trauma is still there. The people saw what happened. They voted in masses and it ended in war.
With the displaced population leaving, MSF has closed its health clinic at the Catholic mission. But teams continue to provide care at the hospital of Duekwe in the paediatrics, obstetrics and psychological services.
Généralement, ils viennent pour des courbatures, des douleurs, aussi c'est dans le cadre médical. C'est après, on se rend compte que c'est tout ce qu'ils ont traversé. Ils revivent les scènes des morts, de la violence qu'ils ont vécue.
The same is true in Bloloquin, not far from the border with Liberia, where the hospital required extensive repair. The shock of violence, troubled mourning, and the lack of security is leading to psychological or even neurological disorders.
Ce sont des syndromes dépressifs, modérés, quelquefois sévères.
They are moderate or severe depressive syndromes. We also see signs of acute anxiety, which is sometimes chronic because certain patients are still trying to cope with the 2002 crisis. And now there's a 2010 to 11 crisis on top of it.
Despite the semblance of peace in western Ivory Coast, the wounds of the past are still raw. The time has come for reconstruction, and MSF continues to provide care to populations made vulnerable by the post-electoral conflict.